week. Howdy, all ya humdingers. Oh my goodness. I'm not sure why I'm doing this. Pretty excited though. I'm just realizing how challenged I am with making videos. Where do I look? How do I set the camera? I don't know. God. And if I told you how many times I have decided I was going to do this and then it wasn't good enough. Just through the years, me attempting, I'm still not happy with how this is tilted. But I just miss everyone so much. When I say everyone, I'm not even sure who's out there still. My channel still says it has 3.2 thousand subscribers. So, I know there's a few who I'm still in contact with who I've been in contact with, over the years. I started this channel in 2012. Criminy, it's 14 years ago, am I right? Is that 14 years? Gee-many, I don't even know where to begin. But, it's funny because this is my office, and I have these cool little things, and I was going to make like this outline and do this fancy intro and all this stuff. And this is why I haven't done anything. I get overwhelmed. I have really bad ADHD. And I just want to reach out. I miss so many people. Just the whole channel, the community as a whole. And like I said, I don't know who's left. I know there's a couple people that have been asking me through the years, when are you going to do another video? So I know at least 2 people who will be happy about this. And that's fine. It's fine. It really is. So this is going to be like a catch-up. Where'd Kim go? What has happened? What kind of things has she been through? This is raw, unedited, no angles, and no filter. And that's how it's going to be. So, and I've even, do you know that I've even tried starting other channels because I just wanted to kind of, I don't know. I wanted to put this one aside because there were some dark things, but there were so many good things. And sometimes it's okay to keep rolling, with the same thing. So this is not at all what I expected to do. I actually have another channel. It's called Discovering My True North, which I have a trailer video on it. And I have made a ton of videos and never published them. I guess you call it perfectionist, but not in a glamorous way, just in the way that keeps you from moving forward with certain things, which is not glamorous. It sucks. So here I am, like it or not. This is everything. I'm in my office. God, like I said, I don't even know where to begin. I really don't. I miss everyone. I think that's what I'm missing. My life is wonderful. It's when you read a book, you want, or somebody's diary, you want to get to the end and find out that, hey, everything went, they're in such a wonderful place and everything, all their dreams have come true. And I'm going to sound like I'm full of shit when I say this, but I think my dreams really have come true. My life has just, and I've had to work really hard to make it happen, but my life has just taken some incredible turns, and I just want to share that with everyone because you guys let me share my stuff before, And I really hope the microphone's picking this up, but I didn't want to do a close-up glamour shot. I don't want to do that anymore. Authenticity and honesty is extremely important to me. And I just want to share with you who I am and who I am now, what I've become, what I've gone through, without this being a 2-hour video. Goodness gracious. Holy cow. Anyways, good to see all you guys in there in your little homes and stuff. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm just going to dive in. I don't know where I left off. I think I had let everybody know I moved to Minnesota, which was the best move of my life. Love it here. I had dreamt, I probably covered this before, but those who got a chance to know me knew that I hated South Carolina. I hated the climate. I hated the fact that it was like so the opposite of progressive, because I am very forward thinking and I support, everyone, all the marginalized people. And it's very important to me to live in a place that also supports it. So, there's a lot of things, if I could sum it up kind of quickly so you don't have to camp out during my video. But, I finished school, which is good. I got a couple master's degrees, and that helped me, which was, I don't even want to, oh my goodness. In teaching, which I learned that I hate teaching, at least in the younger grades, and I ended up falling in love. Brought the person down to live with me in Columbia. We were together for about 6 years. Then we split up. And it was then that during that 6 years, I think, that I gained back all of the weight that I'd lost. I'm sorry, I don't know where to look here. I think, yeah. I gained it all back. I was back up between 350 and 360. And blood pressure was back. I could bear, I'm going to do another video with before and afters and on the whole thing. But I just really wanted to turn this on, and I wanted to see if anybody was out there. And I just want to spill my guts, I guess, let you know how I'm doing, where I'm at. But I did gain all that weight during that time. I was vegetarian from 2012 to 2019 when my ex-husband died. He passed away at 53 to diabetes complications. We were best friends. So I lost my best friend, even though we weren't, together. My partner at the time was also friends with them. So, we're all friends. But at the time after I split up with him, I decided to hire a weight loss coach. So I hired a weight loss coach, which helped me tremendously. And it was all about calorie counting. At that point, I wasn't diabetic. I hadn't received a diabetic diagnosis, which I ended up doing. I ended up getting a diabetic, like a pre-diabetic, and then it became a diabetic diagnosis. And I was like, are you freaking kidding me right now? Because I had been 350 and 360 pounds for years. And I'd lost it and regained it back twice. And the second time was with the Fat Woman Goes Raw when I did the juice fasting and the whole thing. I had lost it a lot, quite a bit of weight. I honestly can't tell you how much now that it was. I think, but I remember getting down to a size 14 because I remember one of my viewers, which was so sweet, sent me this winter coat. She was so kind. I think her name was Amy, if you're still out there. Hi. But I think I had gotten down to a size 18 or 14 at that point. And then with, back in during COVID and some years leading up to COVID, I got back up to 350, 360 pounds again. All the health issues, atrial fibrillation, high blood pressure, diabetes. And I had also been teaching at a school where I had sped up a whole bunch of stairs at that weight and ruptured or tore my meniscus in my knees, and both my knees had already been like severely damaged with, just it was bone on bone, and I could barely walk, and it got to the point. That's what also I think led and contributed to all the weight gain. I mean, it doesn't have to, but it did. Okay, I'm not blaming it on anything, but cause and effect. I didn't have the strength or the discipline or whatever you need to keep that from happening. So I'm not trying to, put blame on something else, but because I believe in taking accountability for everything you do in life, because that's the only way you have power to change it. I truly believe that. And that accountability can go outside of your relationship, outside of health, to relationships, setting healthy boundaries for people that have your best interest at heart, and just choosing the right things for yourself that are going to make you happy and be the best thing for you. You know what I mean? So yes, 2 damaged knees. I could barely get out of the chair. Yeah, I'm not going to edit this, so I can't, I'm going to put more videos up. My next one will include all those fancy things, hopefully. But anyway, I hired the coach, and I think I lost about 70 pounds with her. She was awesome. It was very simple, which I needed because things need to be simple for me. Otherwise, I get overwhelmed. And 70 pounds down helped so much. So I stayed around about 280 pounds for a while, struggling, until I went on keto. Keto was the game changer for me. It's not for everyone, but it was for me. I must tell you, and I have nothing against GLP-1s, 2s, 3s, 10s. I wanted them to work for me so bad. I wanted them to work, and I tried Ozempic, Mounjaro. I think that's it. Ozempic, I felt great. She's like, you don't feel nauseous? And feel fantastic. But I didn't lose anything. She got excited one time because the doctor I'm referencing, because I lost like 4 pounds. And then next week it was right back. I gained it. Then she put me on Mounjaro, which, because when you're going through insurance, you have to try the crappy one first, and then, not that Ozempic's crappy. Some people are really getting a lot of benefit out of that, but I didn't. So I went on Mounjaro, and it was right before my promotion here at work. And I was in bed, just doubled up like a baby, just like so sick. I would equate it to childbirth, except, nothing's as bad as childbirth outside of being impaled or degutted by that evil clown guy. But it was so painful, and I started having to call out of work. So I said, nope, because my career has just been absolutely fantastic, and I didn't want anything to do to jeopardize that. So, I went off it, and I was like, okay, so I've got diabetes. The blood pressure is like just teetering, and there's so much of my brain. I often equate it to, like I told my doctor, I said it's like 10 large men trying to get through one doorway at the same time. That's how my thoughts are. So the keto started working. Last year, I guess I would say, the keto really started working. And then at the top of the year, this year, I was around 260 pounds. And this is, what is this? June 9th, 2026, in case anybody from the future is watching, or from the past. June 9th, and I'm down to 234. Oh, it's really hard to admit, because there's going to be some people in here, but yeah, honesty. So I'm losing a rate at about, I'm very boringly losing weight at a rate about 6 pounds a month. And if you had told me that back in 2012, I would have flipped you off and said, get out of my face. This is ridiculous. I'm not going to do it. It's not worth it if I have to lose it that slowly. But, it's been consistent. Honestly, I've been using ChatGPT. It's kind of my health coach. And I'm tracking macros, all the things, making sure I'm eating lots of protein, the keto, and that's really good for the diabetes. Like I said, you don't have to do it. But coming back to the channel is not just going to be about health and weight loss. I want it to be about discovering my true north, which was the name, and I might rename it, this channel, that, because I found out I can rename it. Fat Woman Goes Raw just doesn't, it's kind of on there right now only because it's of nostalgia, and you guys are going to recognize me with this name, but eventually I kind of would like to change it, because I'm discovering and kind of reinventing myself, as we do as we get older, especially when your kids are flying off and leaving the nest, which they have, been for quite a few years now. And going through all of that, which is, that was rough, to be honest. It's one of the rough things I've ever been through. When your daughters, fly away. But my mom's in Wisconsin, so I just got done seeing her. Actually just got back yesterday. I go see her every other week. It's about a 2.5-hour drive from where I'm at in Minneapolis. So I have to make sure I see her. My dad passed away back in 2017, for anybody who doesn't know that. My husband passed away in 2019. He was my ex-friend, best friend. Trying to think of anything else that, oh my God. Okay, so with having lost the weight, the knee surgeons decided to approve me for knee surgery. So I have 2 brand new knees, and I feel like a kid again. It's fantastic. And being down to 234, even though I know I have a long ways to go, my next goal is going to be 200. The goal after that is going to be 165, and then we'll just see where it lands. I don't know, because I'm not sure I've ever been the appropriate weight, my ideal body weight. I found out I do have a small frame, Go figure, right? What the hell? That's not something I would ever thought in a million years. I always thought I had a large frame, but apparently I have a small frame. And I'm measuring wrists and all that, you know. So my life, my career, I guess we could go into my career, right? I got the knees fixed. I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. The knees were completely replaced with robots, I might add. Blood pressure's down. It's perfect. My A1C is perfect. I'm weight training, triking, out hiking. Triking, I'm talking about recumbent trikes, you know, that people tour with. I still haven't got my own. I want one really bad. I have friends here that have made it my work, and my kids hang out with me all the time, which is wonderful. Life is just really good. It's really good. I'm single. But my job, okay, so this is the other thing that really changed my life was my career. Because I didn't dig the whole teaching thing. I was doing a lot of substitute teaching for quite a while. And oh, you're getting the throat clearing and the whole bit here, okay? So I won't be surprised if you hear me belch. So I was in Wisconsin with my mom. They had diagnosed her with 3 aneurysms. Then she switched doctors because of insurance. She had to switch her doctors. And it's a very small town in Wisconsin. And they said, you don't have an aneurysm. You were misdiagnosed. And I had gone out there to live with her because I thought, well, I'm not going to get to spend much time with her. I need to go ahead and go out there to be with her. Then some other things happened that I can't really go into, involving some family. And it was necessary for me to move back into the city again, back into Minneapolis. After being with my mom for a couple of years, she's perfectly fine. I went ahead and moved back. It was something that needed to be done. I can't really go into it, and I hate it when people do that in these videos, but it's for the dignity of someone I love very much. But so I'm here, and it was the best move I ever made, and I needed a job. So my oldest daughter, Sam, said, Mama, I got this job. It's fantastic. It's working with people with intellectual disabilities, which has always been my heart. And so I applied, and the CEO said, you got it, I got the job. And I did that for about a year, and then my supervisor was retiring, and he was amazing. He was the best boss I've ever had. And it was hard to take the supervisor job because I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to see the customers, the people we were serving. I didn't want to just be a boss head. I wanted to still be hands-on and with the people that we serve. But I went ahead and took it. I got the job. I doubled my income, which helped. I found that I was able to still have tons of interaction with the people I serve, and have a pretty good impact on their lives, which means the world to me. This is and has been one of those moments in your life where you just realize this is why you're put on this earth. And I'm not exaggerating. These people have changed me, and just in a very profound way. The people I work with, there are several, well, they're not several, there are a few divisions. One helps them which my daughter Sam works in, helps people with intellectual disabilities to have jobs and create purpose for their life. I'm in the retirement part of it, so a lot of these people are between the ages of 40 and 90. And our job is to help them enjoy their retirement. They get to go bowling, see baseball games, Twins games, go fishing on the boat, go to movies, volunteer. It's a beautiful thing. It's every bit as wonderful as what I'm describing. And it has really changed my life and created a purpose that I never knew that I personally would be able to experience. And, and with that, it's also helped me to grow as a person, to realize, hey, I want to do that for myself. I want to also enjoy retirement while I'm not retired. It's like, hey, I'm a plant mom. It's Charlie. It's the first plant I've ever been able to grow, and I call them all Charlie. It's kind of a joke because I'm propagating them. We have 8 Charlie plants now. I think I'm going to start naming them after the customers, though, because I think they would get a kick out of that. I don't know if you want to see my office. I don't know if the phone will stay in the thing if I have you see my office. But, yeah, I don't know. Let's try it. What the hell? So, okay. It's not going to let me turn it around, so I'm going to have to do this like old school, I guess. There's my office. That's where I work. And I'm huge into diamond art now. It's ridiculous. I'm to the point to where my apartment's filled with diamond art. So now friends say, they ask me to do diamond art for them. There's my own coffee station. When I got the promotion, I said, hey, it's extremely important as a boss that I have my very own coffee station. So there's Charlie, see? He's all over the place. I wish I could turn this camera around and do a full body. Philly. Nobody's here. I'm after hours. I actually prefer this over being at home. How can we do a body shot? I'm not editing this, I swear to God. This is it. There. That's as good as I can get. I'll do more. Please, if any of y'all remember me, I still got my South Carolina twang. Please connect in the comments. I keep looking at the wrong thing here. That would make me so happy. Oh my goodness. I have a Facebook, but I'm rarely on there. Oops. Ironically, the people in my channel that I'm still talking to, I'm not really doing it through, well, I'm doing it through Messenger and then WhatsApp. There's one person, Cookie. And it's funny because I have her on one phone that I don't use, and so I don't keep it charged. And so every 2 or 3 months I'll charge it. If you're out there watching, Cookie, I finally did it. See? Here I am. God, there's so many people from that era that I miss. Cookies won. And then there was Dan the Man, Dan McDonald, the Life Regenerator. Remember all those amazing, that was amazing, an amazing time in my life. And even though I don't believe the raw food diet's sustainable or juice fasting, it did a lot of good, neat stuff. It gave me hope, honestly. It was such a great era. It, that I had a lot of friends that I had made that I hadn't had. A lot of community and support, and I guess that's really what I'm missing. I don't know who's gonna see this. I'm just going down nostalgia rabbit hole. There's Steve Kreider. He was very instrumental in inspiring me. Who else? God. The Butterfly Effect. What was her name? She's such a beautiful human. I hope she's doing well. If you're out there. I know there were a couple people who passed away that I was friends with from YouTube. Gosh almighty. The Australian guy. Durian Ryder. You watched him. He was kind of hardcore, wasn't he? If any of y'all are out there. Megan Elizabeth or Elizabeth Megan. Foley Rock Christina. Freely, the Banana Girl. Oh, the guy that run all the time. And there was one guy, his name William something. Oh, and then the Raw Food Woodstock and all that. Those are good times. This is a really long time ago now. We're talking about 14 years ago. Isn't that crazy? I think that's when I closed my channel down. Except for a couple of times when I made some update videos. I think when I moved up here, I did an update video. Those were such good times. But I was vegetarian. I think I started to say it and then I got sidetracked. But I was vegetarian for, from 2012 to 2019 when my friend, ex-husband, died in 2019. When he died, he was blind. He was afraid he's going to have his foot amputated. His heart was down to like 6% function, and they had replaced one of his chambers, and he still passed. But when he passed, I said, you know what? I said this to my daughter, I want a chicken sandwich. I'm gonna eat one for Kevin. And so that was it. I stopped being a vegetarian. So I'm sorry to any of you vegetarians if I'm for disappointing you, but yeah, it just wasn't my thing, I guess. Ironically, the vegetarianism did not stop me from gaining a bunch of weight. I was still a vegetarian, weighed 350 pounds. It's not because I was vegetarian, mind you, but in spite of being a vegetarian, I was still 350 pounds, so... Which, I mean, I'm not saying. That's the thing on here. You have to be so careful because people, But you're just gonna have to take me with a grain of salt because I am unfiltered. 34 minutes. I don't know what else to say. I wish this were live. I don't know what the rules are on that. That would be so fun to just kind of connect. I'm sure as soon as I shut this off, there's going to be some huge thing that I remember that happened or something. But this is not the end, my friends. If there are any of you left, and yes, I do at times bring up my British accent, so apologies to all you Brits. Unfiltered. I don't want to say goodbye. I can say I learned how to ride a boat. I've been kayaking, triking, or cycling, however you want to say it. I've been doing string training. I can run around and play pickleball. I can walk 5 miles and my knees don't hurt. I can encourage anyone, get them damn knees fixed. If I'm talking to you, do it. Don't be afraid, just do it. It's going to change your life. I've had some people tell me that. I was scared shitless. Holy shit. I was so petrified. Holy shit balls, I was petrified. It was awful. Knee replacements are awful. You know, some of the meds they had me on were I was seeing things. Little elf man ducking down in the corner. And I told my doctor, he's like, do you want to go on oxycodone again? And I was like, I didn't really ever. He's like, did you have a problem with it? I was like, I mean, I saw things sometimes. But it really, you know, it got rid of the pain. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do because I'm allergic to aspirin and ibuprofen. So even the thing that they usually inject into your knee that's like a, what do they call it? An NSAID or those anti-inflammatories, like I literally would die if they gave it to me. And even the anesthesiologist says, yeah, but are you sure it doesn't just give you a little tummy ache? I'm like, no, bitch. If you give that to me, I'm going to go into anaphylactic shock and die. I didn't really say that to her, but in that way. But I was like, no, anaphylaxis. And she's just like, because I could tell she had this huge rebuttal, you know, that she was going to try to talk me into. And I said, please don't do that. I don't want to die. But it was hard. Jesus H. Roosevelt, Mary, Joseph, and the camel. All of them. That's how hard it was. But I still don't regret it. It was still the best thing I've ever done. It's completely changed my life. I walk an hour a day. First thing when I get to the office, because the office is really big. And, you know, my daughter's like, get out into, you know, walk around the lake, get outside, which I have been doing that too. But, you know, when I'm at work, I'm so afraid. I'm so scared that I'm not going to get that exercise in, that walk in. And so I just go ahead and do it. And I'm walking around with my phone working, making calls and checking emails and things and just, and I get that in. So I've had an hour and a half in. I haven't left work yet. I've got my hour and a half in. I got to show you this. Ugh. I do a lot of Pilates. Unfiltered. Okay. I got this stupid little, it's really dirty. I pulled it out of the storage. And I do my step-ups on there because I don't want a whole ass step. You know, I don't want to take up a bunch of room in my office. So I've got this thing and I've just been doing step-ups on it for my quads because, you know, when you have knee replacement, they slice it a little and they have to move it out of the way. And so my right one, because I had my right one done last, I think I did them like a year apart. And I did the left one and then I did the right one. And, oh yeah, it's still filming. So the quadricep on the right is far weaker than the one on the left. So I have a hard time getting upstairs. I can walk till the cows come home. But, yeah, so I'm working on that, doing some weight training. And, that's it in a nutshell, folks. I'm really excited to see the reaction. I've heard there are these bots now that like leave a bunch of negative comments because it helps the algorithm. That really sucks though. I can tell you if I get any negative comments, I'm gonna be in there. Delete, delete, delete. Nope. But this channel, I want to be about, you know, just for any of you who are left and have sat through 40 minutes, just not just health and weight loss, but also just developing my life and fulfilling dreams and things. I've been going out and doing open mic and singing a lot, and that has been, it's so fun. And that's something I do here too. There's a lot of our customers here, the individuals that we serve who love to sing, and we do karaoke. I have a big TV. I bought this karaoke machine here, this right here, and then I have the 2 microphones, and we have parties all the time. Yes. Anyway, I better get going. I hope this loads. I like this raw and filtered. I want to be able to put some before and afters up there. There are some befores that were not in the original Fat Woman Goes Raw channel. There are befores where I was actually bigger than what you saw. And so I want to make sure you see that. I just want to inspire everyone. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited. But anyway, I shall see you soon, okay? What did I used to say? See you on the flip side. Take care.